So
yeah, I'll show you. But a chair for Chloe, no?
Yes. Okay, don't worry. We will bring a chair.
Yeah.
For Chloe.
Thank you. She gets a special chair. She gets a
Present.
proper
That
chair.
is a present of Chloe.
Last time we collected 704 votes from the participants, and one of the participants, she suggested us to buy, because Chloe, she wants to interview her hairdresser. So Leighton suggested Chloe to pay for her time, because when we interview his time, because when we interview him, he cannot so compensate the time he's going to spend on interview. But Chloe suggested maybe she buy him lunch instead. So just to report what happened last time. But for now, I think this session we would like to discuss how we want to use the money, and we really require your input. But first of all, can I ask, when you pay, what are you paying for? 你哋可以講中文嘅，我哋可以翻。即係你覺得你打啲錢落嚟係為咗乜？你係想支持乜嘢㗎？
It's okay, you stay.
No.你講中文嚟講，you can speak in either Chinese or English, it doesn't matter.
又或者我即係補充翻點解會帶錢咯？
So
即係你有條帶噶嘛？
What are you paying for?
唔係，可能我哋頭先話細啊。
Mostly use it because like
Yeah.
you're forced to pay because like everybody's sitting here and artists are here or what?
To be honest, there's no performance tonight. We are not going to show you anything. So
That was my performance.
that can be a reason, right? Because you think we are performing, so you are paying for this. Or in a more conventional sense, there's no performance.
You know, maybe, I mean, I haven't paid anything, but maybe I share something relating to my relationship with sharing this work. And because the researchers, as well as with the core team, we talked about one of the important things that it's very process-oriented. But as Joanna mentioned earlier, we are very product-oriented. Whether I actually like it or not, it's almost like by default that I am trained to produce. You know, I'm not a producer, but as you know, I have to even as a student, you know, in academia where you are supposed to explore and then, you know, it's all about process, but I had to give presentations, I had to write articles during the different stages.
Yeah, Ainsley just also mentioned she has been really thinking about what to show.
Yes,
what to show.
so
this is, to me, it's also...
And then I was thinking, okay, but the curators told us that we can do whatever we like. But then I was like, okay, but people are coming to engage. And what am I offering here? You know, that was one of the big questions for me. And then I think we talked about that question as well. And it's not, you know, like I wasn't thinking as bluntly as like, am I giving them something that for their money's worth? You know, it's not even that, but it doesn't have to be that. But it really goes back to, okay, what am I trying to exchange here, you know? What am I offering here? And also it kind of goes back to my question, you know, like when I come to this new place as a foreigner, you know, like, do I have a right to look at them and then like, you know, judge them or whatever, you know? So I thought I just wanted to mention that, you know, since we opened the discussion about, you know, what are you paying for? You know, not just us tonight, but when I am going to see a production or exhibit or, you know, any artwork, what am I actually paying
Can I
for?
hear from, maybe Phoebe, you want to start because you're the first one?
No, I always support artists. I always support production, always support process. So I always support people.
So in this particular case, can you differentiate what you are actually supporting, the artist, the process?
Because I know, because you mentioned the process, because you mentioned the amount. These are all I want to support. Yeah.
Okay.
But when you mention about support, is it like, okay, support them to give them this transportation allowance or what?
It's up to you, because you are the one, because the whole process involves a lot of stuff, right? From, you know, from where you're living all the way here, from you want to get, you know, maybe books, you want to engage people, whatever. So it's the whole idea of support. I don't need to, but because Joanna mentioned about the process, I think I'm a very process person, so to speak. That's why when I write, I write that long. Deliverable is this. I spent 20 hours for 1,500 words. You can see. Yeah, and then also each time when I write, I do a lot of referencing or read a lot of books. So the process for me is very long. And then sometimes I consciously know if I write a piece, I need to learn something from that piece, rather than I think the idea of between is when I do a piece, write a piece, I don't just want to tell people that what I know. I should tell people what I learned through the writing process. So that's why I support it. 你哋係咪 theatre？ 因為我唔係 theatre 學識。你普通人係 theatre。
我算係 theatre。
OK。
Kind of.
OK。
I put some money as because then 50 is only 50. It's because I think it is a reasonable price for today these conference things I expect. If I can choose, I will not put the money in it or in a box. I will use another form to react to your sharing. And other different kinds of art form. I think it's much more art to art things, if possible. And also, because I also watch some Feng's theaters, I also learn something, and I see so many great artists here, and I see the potential of the action research. However, action research needs a very long progress, I have to say. And action research is very ambiguous sometimes. How to define action research? What is the difference between research? Sometimes you are something, oh, what is action research? And maybe you have to still looking for the elements in it. I see so many different things in the sharing, although I can't really absorb more of them, and I don't really get it some of them. But if I have more money, I will put more in it because I say the forms of Hoying Fong is rare in Hong Kong. Pretty rare, I would say. But I think it's in Hong Kong it needs more different kinds of art form. And I have to be honest, 90% of Hoying Feng's work, I don't get it. I have been really...
It's recorded! It's recorded!
It's okay. Here's the unknown part.
Yeah.
You should send my name.
But you're still here, and your presence says something. Yeah.
You like the unknown.
He embraced the unknown.
Yeah.
And you are very how to say, you are comfortable to be honest, which is important. Yeah. Good.
Embrace it.
Maybe not difference was the last time the show in the Taichung Black Blocks. The show is I have to say.
How many sections to go? 你退咗幾場？
Only one session.
Very good producer, very good producer.
I have so much money to put in a box if I have to support Hoying Feng's work. So I will. So for now, I will put only a little for this time. So I'm nature, if possible, I will support more in it. Okay.
But I'm just wondering, you said if you were able to respond not in a like monetary way, like what are those other ways? So yeah. Yeah.
Just about how I think I would prefer in physical way.
Maybe you can, maybe.
I mean his movements, but I don't really get.
Also, it's like your own response
Yeah.
to.
Oh, you know, like you can come and translate for me when I want to go and talk to somebody. You know, that kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah, it's like.
Okay. But I don't really get it, the bones of the work sometimes, so I can't really react on it.
Fair
right
enough.
now.
Like,
But I see the potential, but I have to say, it still needs so many time, so a very long period. I can't say finished, I have to say it's not finished, but to have another progress in the stage. So I'm still looking for it, even I don't get it.
So you will come back next sharing?
If I have time.
Yeah.
yeah, next sharing will be at 19th of March, and we start at 6:30. Yeah,
Okay.
same place.
Not 6.
6, not 6:30.
Yeah.
Around 6.
Yeah.
So you're most welcome to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just now you said because you feel you have to put money in the box. Is it because other people, because we ask you to, or do you feel pressure from the other people when you see them put money in the box?
No, I don't. Because it's, I have to say, I've already expect I will give this the
Some money.
It's the cap.
Bottom line.
Cap. It's 50.
What, just imagine, what do we need to do to make you give $100 just now? Because 50 is your minimum.
Movements?
I do it.
Say,
I think
叫海風嚟。
not more ambiguous.
即係話你覺得何永峰喺度咧就會多啲。
唔知等佢答。
I think this depends on the sharing. I'm looking for, but as a research, maybe I need to know more details, know more the progress, not only difficulties and also the obstacles are very, maybe my point of view, I need a very concrete thing sometimes. So that will make
So
me
can
more
I clarify?
easy to get it. So some of the.
So would it be fair to say that you will pay based on what you've seen?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I receive.
Okay.
What I receive.
Okay. Okay.
But how about the topic? They at the beginning of the sharing, they talk about how they feel about drift hill. So I'm not sure if you relate to that or feel connected.
I have to say for the sharing, because maybe a little bit shocked about sharing about drift in these things. But now the sharing about drift is still a very simple thing to share about the drift. 即係暫時暫時可能仲因為時間有限，所以佢嗰個對於漂嗰個對於嗰個再多啲 layer 嘅 definition 可能仲未講得好清楚，所以只可以話俾大家大概咁樣其實可能有機會可能淨係齋講漂到成啲嘢。
superficial in a way. But for him,
所以暫時對你嚟講就你仲未係好將自己都對
未好 connect 到，即
So
係尤其是因為
did you find any
每
echo
個
in
人
your
有唔
life
同
with
嘅
this
story，
topic? He said that at the
對
moment,
於
no.
尤其是背景啦，同埋佢當刻做嗰個 research 嗰個當刻做嗰個 research 嘅狀態啦，都唔同。所以對於佢點樣 interpret 嗰個漂呢個字，甚至佢對於中文嘅漂字，我唔知甚至韓國嘅漂呢個字咧，英文嘅漂呢個字，甚至唔同語言嘅漂呢個字。
Artists encounter this topic.
咁
How
係
does
咁
your
可
cultural
能嘅 layer 會
background
知
and
多可以好多嘢。
situation and where you are does it affect your encountering background? For example, you're from Korea.
Work, see, theatre, work,
Does it
art
mean
work,
differently to
literature
you
plays,
than a drift to us? And
點樣去
also want
apply 落去
to
咧？我
and
暫時睇到好多零
and
碎嘅
he's
pieces，
wondering how
但係我未睇到
you
個
integrate with all
content
these material that she showed us into the research that she's been doing on the topic of argument. And he's interested to see
唔好話有個嗰個
feedback.
唔係有個完整嘅 performance，亦都唔係
He's
話
not
有個
expecting a complete
everything
performance or a
而係
product.
點樣去嚟嗰個 stage。
But how are you going to reach the next stage with what you have now?
嚟啊！
好啊，
你講中文，你講英文。
我中文啦。
你講中文啦，好啊。
中文下
Very
咁啊。
Cantonese.
首先我就唔關因為壓力事
It's not because of
起
pressure
嘅，因為
here
咧
that
我
you
本
have
來
iPay.
我知道嚟到會有呢個自由定價
He
啊，
knows
我本來
that
諗住
we
係
pay
嘅。
as you wish. Just
咁啊
like
但
game
係
we have.
佢後尾點解會咁？因為我好欣賞你嗰個 idea。
He appreciates
你嗰
particularly
個
Joanne's idea.
我自己都處於呢種痛苦狀態當中啊，即係
He's
想搞一啲
yeah, he's
即
on
係
his way.
artistic 啲嘅嘢，咁但係都
And
係需
he's in this
即係總
painful
係需要
situation
啲
that
空間。
like he doesn't
時
have
間
time
去做
and
呢啲嘢，呢啲
money
嘢
and
係關
space
事
to do all these things. So therefore,
所以我
it's
欣
the
賞你
whole
係
project
我真係
idea.
俾錢你去買一個，等你買到一個空間俾
So
你
he
去做你
thinks
自己
the
想做
money
嘅
will be
嘢。
good for research here. So he hopes that he
誒
can give you
但係
space, the
對我嚟
time,
講，我
and the
係
money
未
to make
滿
a
足。
living, like to do
我嘅滿
research.
足係在於
But he's not satisfied today.
而家呢個 research 喺你哋嘅 research
So
裏
for
面
the
咧，
research,
就只係局限喺你哋自
it's
己
limited to
平時嘅生活狀態做緊嘅嘢。
daily.
冇改變到有啲 research。咁但係如果譬如話我
So if
講
you're
緊
limited to your daily
戲，我
experience,
用戲
the
嘅
research
情
Limited
況
to daily experience.
Yeah, so because if it's
好
all
多時
research
即係你淨係
around
做
your
一啲平常生活
personal
嘅
or
嘢，
daily experience,
即係我哋係揾緊一啲特別嘅事件發生，咁先叫有戲做啊嘛。咁
For
或者
example,
譬如話，我當
I didn't get it.
喺你哋一個 research，如果 research 我會去我再 interview 會講去到實驗。
some research to experiment.
咁如果實驗嘅時候，咁你會唔會喺你哋嘅生活裏面去 做一啲唔同嘅，
So
做
will
啲特
you
別
do
嘅
something
喺你嘅生
unusual
活裏
in
面
your
做啲
daily
小
life
實驗
as
啦
an。experiment?
我期望你哋呢個空間俾你哋之後，你哋之後會再多啲呢啲嘢。
The next stage, we will be able to see that. And what you said earlier is like daily life is not as. Oh, yeah.
或者
先聽，想聽埋先係有
Do you want to say the next?
Yeah, I just want to clarify because thank you, Sim Sim,
Yeah.
because
I
you know,
mean,
sorry, I
yes,
don't
sorry.
understand. Because I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong. So you would like, for example, as an example, that you would like us to say that explore doing an unusual activity. Is that experiment? Yeah.
Yes, experiment is not the unusual. I mean, is not for normal people. That majority is unusual. It's not like that. Just something that you not normally do in your daily life. Because if you are researching, you are you're observing your daily life as what you're doing now. You say it's as research. So if you input some more new things
in those activities
in
that we
those
do.
activities,
Yeah. Okay, I
then,
think.
then you can observe more.
Stimulation.
Huh, interesting. But it's also, yeah, I find that very interesting. But also, maybe, also going kind of relate to what Joanna was saying about this whole vision for this project. It's actually that act of observing yourself, whether it is usual or unusual activity, that act itself is already heightened act, if you know what I mean. So I'm not saying like, you know, why do that, yeah? But also I just wanted to share this as well. You know, my initial response to your suggestion is, you know, we cannot be, you know, like so aware of every single second of a life, you know, like through evolution we're trained, you know, we evolved not to do that, so that we can spend energy on time and then thinking about other things that require our attention, yeah. So that when we start really observing what it is that I do every minute, that's also, that itself is very unusual, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that as well. Yeah, and as a performer, that I find that's sometimes, I mean, different people have different definitions, but I find that heightened awareness is very interesting to work through. Yeah, on stage as well. Yeah. So.
But I think one value to his suggestion is that sometimes it may be a little bit difficult to start observing ourselves in our daily lives.
Yes.
Because if you have a background of how to call upon your heightened awareness, then you may be able to do so in your daily life. But for some people, it might be a little bit hard to start. But if something unusual happens, like all of a sudden I see a tiger in this place, right? Then
it calls your attention to it.
yeah. And then from that reaction, because it's so special, then I might be able to notice something about myself that I don't usually notice when I see a cat, you know. So I can see I think it's just different approaches.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for the suggestion.
我今日擺咗廿蚊落去。 我上次同今次擺我覺得係 artist fee 嚟嘅，但我唔覺得 artist 係一個穩定嘅身份嚟嘅。artist 係一個流動嘅身份嚟嘅。我覺得
你可唔可以解釋？
我而家會解釋啊，因為我講得慢啲，因為佢要型。我慢慢講。因為我覺得咧，我反而覺得我喺度嘅話，我就好想俾
if she's here, so she wants to
做
say
供養。
she will
因為
to
我好難覺得自己係
but
觀
not
眾，
that bad. Yeah, to support.
因為呢個係
Because
乜鬼啦
participatory
參
project.
劇場啊嘛，咁應該係冇觀眾。咁喺呢度叫我做觀眾，可能係因為一啲身份上面嘅界定，可能係
You
容
call me
易
an
稱呼
audience
咁樣
probably because for easy calling.
咁但係如果我哋個名冇呢個
If there is no this such word in our title, then what do you think?
我會繼續解釋落去，我都係覺得我會擺啲錢落去個箱度。
She
因為
thinks she
我
will
覺得
still pay.
artist 係啲咩咧？artist 就係一個唔係生產物質性嘅嘢啦，我哋係用一啲物質性嘅方去裝佢啲精神性嘅嘢。
It's more like
咁但係物質性嗰個方咧，
spiritual
其實唔係淨係我哋睇到嗰個 product 咯，而係
not what
佢
we
將
can
佢
like
可以
what
生
we see
產
here.
嘅
The
時
product
間
is
停
not
咗落嚟
enough to，
佢
contain
可以謀
everything
生
that
嘅時間
you
停咗
had
落
in
嚟
your mind, the
去
process.
思考一個佢覺得值得思考嘅問題。
Appreciate that.
而
And
呢個問題可能係
like to
personal
spend
嘅
time，to
但係其實我哋大家都係人啦。 咁
think
每個
about
personal 嘅問
something
題
that's
都一
not
定有
normally we will
同
think about.
我生命嘅撞擊同埋而呢啲嘢係值得
Your
做。
thinking
就
process
算
and all this research.
我揾唔到我任何
You
嘅
might
準
have
則
a
去
special
量
encounter
度
with
嗰個作
herself.
品好定唔好，
And
因為每個 personal 嘅人都會有佢自己嘅 path，佢自己嘅語言。
Person has their own path and
我讀唔
history
懂可能
and
係未有，而我有嘅我 get 到嘅嘢同我嘅 echo 可能亦都同佢嘅嘢係完全冇關係。
but
亦都未必有 connection 嘅，但係我淨係覺得
it's not
你停落
and she
嚟去
appreciates
真係俾
that
自己一
already
個空間去
Even
做
though she couldn't
一件
understand
事，而嗰件事係
and she appreciates that you spend time here.
reflective 嘅，即係你做啲嘢 reflective 呢樣嘢係
process
係值得練習，你係需要供養
and
呢樣嘢嘅咯。甚至乎我覺得例如你兩位咁樣啦，提出
let's
一
say
個
this to
你
audience
自己，其實我覺得對於我嚟講，你頭先提出嗰啲嘢已經係一個你自己可以試下做嘅一個理過程，即係你對於漂幾個層次嘅 layer，或者你覺得
already your own
要
experiment
試啲乜嘢嘅嘢。如果你真係落實去做嘅話，而又有個分享一個 process 嘅話，其實我都一定會供養你哋兩個。
and so even
一定係咁係有同埋我覺得喺
by paying
即係其實我諗緊我自己睇表演有冇呢種態度，定係我都 reflect 緊我自己
and
嘅。
she's reflecting upon her own
即係入劇場睇表演有冇呢種態度，定係我淨係嚟到呢度有呢種態度咧？
is she like
我都覺得我自己偏向係我一般
actually
係
she's
會
also
做呢個態度。
supporting the artist doing performance
即係例如好似上次咁樣啦，上次咁樣我寫咗都幾長嘅
like
嘢
last time she wrote
我覺得呢樣嘢係
like her own experience
你一個觀眾，你得唔得到幾多？得到幾多其實係你自己對你自己嘅多多益善。
how much
我覺得甚至乎唔係一定要睇完表演寫嘅，可能係你
sharing
生活入邊你寫啲嘢，其實你有時間剩低落嚟都係你自己嘅多多益善。我覺得係咁咯。20蚊係呢場正式嘅嘢啫。
so it's not
係
just like the artist should do
我有
that
嘅話可以擺多啲嘅
your own，
但係係咯。
your own thinking process and being reflective of your experience within the context
好勁啊！你基本上已經講晒成個 project 嘅你
really appreciate like she actually
真係寫得咁辛苦。
like theoretical concept of this project
同埋我覺得幾得意㗎，你擺呢個箱出嚟係
so
透
very
明。
interesting this is
我覺得係一樣。
Mm.
It's part of the art piece. It's part of the durational art piece, connecting all of your pieces. I think it's a transparent spot. And actually, it's like a mirror reflecting us something. Well, especially when it is transparent.
That's interesting.
How we gaze the property, how we gaze other people's behavior, how we treat money.
You were here last time, so I want to know if you feel there's any difference. Last time I was holding this box, walking around actually. Holding it. I did that last time, but probably they found I'm too aggressive. So this time, they said just put the box here. Do you think there's any difference in these two times?
I don't think so. Yeah, if I have more, I will put more.
反而 no 咁樣。
There's a pressure.
Yeah.
高壓力就會令到你唔理。
So you won't pay because of the pressure, or
我會拗頸嘅，我就真係會唔俾嘅。
you like probably he won't pay just for the sake of arguing.
It's also interesting. I don't know if I'm just thinking out loud because also I've been looking at Hong Kong. It's very interesting. You guys don't have. Correct me if I'm wrong. You don't have buskers. Busker. You know,
Yes, we
like
have a lot.
Busker. Yeah, it's not like in Tsim Sha Tsui.
嗰啲係街邊
Like busking.
in Tsim Sha Tsui.
There are a lot. Like there are a lot of foreigners.
Oh yeah, foreigners.
No, there are locals as well. Like in Mongkok, like whole street, like
都需要我個先生做。
Like
yeah,
Mongkok. But wow.
busker, like music,
Central,
music,
yeah.
like music, singing songs. But I think local as well, like not just even in Tai Po, there's a girl now. She's so famous,
Yeah, and Causeway and Times Square.
Times Square.
but not.
Yeah.
There were not many before. Like,
Yeah, that's getting more and more.
like
Yeah,
5 years
because,
ago, there were not many.
I mean, those places that you mentioned that
High.
I go to, I first go to those more well-known places, and then I try to go to different places, and then so it's interesting. Somebody mentioned about different cultural response. Yeah, to me those are like, where are all those buskers? Yes, I remember seeing like a few. Yeah. And then certain hours perhaps during the day, like it has to hit a certain hour in a day.
Yeah.
Whereas maybe that's why I thought it's like, oh, okay, there aren't many, or like there is none, or yeah, because
No, you have to go at a certain time.
Yes.
On certain days.
yes, yeah. So maybe that's my cultural assumption that I'm bringing in,
But
It's
busking
like
is just a fancy term. We have beggars everywhere playing musical instruments. I mean, ever since,
Yeah.
when we were kids, in the subways, in the flyovers, everywhere.
in the subways. I've never seen anybody doing in the subway.
I think they have that policy asking people away.
Yeah, but still some, those
There's some
blind people. I'm not sure if they are really blind, but they wear some glasses. They play 嗰啲玩搖啊，好多㗎嘛。
Very Chinese instruments.
But we call them beggars before. We didn't call them buskers.
And then maybe it's also, I don't know, stop me, because this is going off to my, individual thing. Okay, you call them beggars. Okay.
Because their skills is not very good, some of them. So,
A lot of buskers in other places, they're not very good.
yeah, so not early years, they are not really good because a good performance will be in the stage or some other proper place to perform. But
So it's a very different relationship to them, isn't it? Like what they do here.
In my point of view, I only support the buskers that I think their performance is good.
但係我近排做咗一個幾得意嘅，俾錢 busker 嘅。
Like she paid
呢個係好
to
得意嘅。
busker is a very
幾
interesting
難忘，就
incident.
係我因
memorable
為
to her.
有晚杯嘢，嗰晚杯夜飯，跟住我燒
Late at
早起
night.
身8點幾鐘食嗰個早餐，跟住11點幾鐘有啲陽光，跟住幾好天。我11點幾鐘就見到有人喺元朗 bus 啊，
Oh, like she woke up
跟住環境好好，氣氛好好，然後我個人好攰，然後我覺得
morning
哇，
in Yunlong. There were
就係
busker
啊，就係
already.
今朝早上就需要呢種節奏啊。
And she would need that busker, the music, because she
Come on,
would
tell
work
me.
late at night before.
都係做正式20蚊咯。
And she paid 20
同埋
to that
我又
busker.
唔係嗰啲會
Yes.
喺度排咁樣即係
It's
路
quite
但係
rare. It's quite rare to find early in the
係
morning.
嗰件事係佢突然間改變咗
The busker
個節
changed
奏或者係有啲嘢
rhythm
咁樣。
and atmosphere in that area, like the street that she passed by.
我哋要講埋we need to discuss
How to use the money.
咁跟住I use Cantonese. 咁跟住咧，我哋就會開箱啦，咁就大家睇下嗰度幾多錢啦，咁就想大家咧一齊去傾下咧嚟緊呢個錢可以點樣用咧，咁就去enhance 呢個 research 啦，同埋啲乜嘢，你哋覺得呢啲錢或者大家一齊去傾應該點樣用係最好？
可以係好 specific， 因為我哋19號就有
very specific the suggestion.
你哋可能有啲好 specific 嘅嘢係想喺
Like, for example,
suggest 佢哋
would you
咁但係佢哋
suggest
佢哋可能
the
反對
researchers could do in the
Can
next
you be also
sharing?
not specific?
That's my second point。第二個 point 就係冇嘅，即係有啲供養個 artist 咁繼續供養。
Could be like,
或者
okay,
供養個 curator 咁又得嘅係咪？
都得嘅，係繼續供養。
I think it to take her Cantonese lessons.
oh, it's a Cantonese lesson.
Forget it.
She,
300
she's
No,
thinking.
actually a lot of words
300
very
4
associated
380
Cantonese.
380計埋上次700蚊，我哋有1082蚊。
So are you telling me what to
Am I
do?
saying?
That's how you did it.
Get it.
1084蚊。
Wow, that's quick, yeah.
Then I need to go out.
Yeah.
Then I need an outfit.
You're so antisocial. 380 today.
Or researchers, is there anything you need money for that you want to suggest now? Or maybe for your next sharing or in general?
No, I don't have anything specific.
No.
380.
Together with husband.
Okay. I thought you want to say something.
This probably doesn't help, but I just wanted to share again, you know, if I was able to, what I would buy is time.
More time
For example, you know, if I could buy time with Melissa is not here, you know, then one thing that we would love to do, and that we're still hoping that at some point in some context that it will still happen, that we would love to collaborate. You know, because four of us, although we are all stage practitioners, four of us do come from a different approaches to making performances. And then, but you know, yeah, I just wanted to throw that in. Yeah. So how much are you, Melissa? Maybe we have more than enough to buy Lily.
I have a question in my mind during all this money and all how we use, and also Nico mentioned about artist is not stable, it's a floating
It's a floating identity.
identity.
And I want to补充something. It's like because both of you mentioned that about we talked a little bit about the technique between backers, how we distinguish backer and busker. For me, artist is not a stable identity. It's just someone that they want to a period of time that to do something for reflecting their question, and it's nothing to do about nothing related really to how it presented, how what is the technique of it. I think if both of you do not have any artistic technique, but you still spend the time and want to share, willing to share with people, I think that's also okay. So that's artist fee. Yeah.
That's why I say, I don't say they are artists, I say they are performers. They are only because it's more technical things.
I in my mind is that I always ask this: art, is it art? Is a charity? Because I have a conversation with one of my friends. He mentioned that if there is a city, a region, or a country is healthy, art should be something that everyone should have. And then now I found, like what you say, I want to buy time for myself. I really do. Then I realized how I mean, like what you say, if I can have a space to sit down and read and do what I do, that is sort of like luxury for me now. And why it happened, what happened. Of course, my background, I have a daughter, I'm a single mom, I have to take care of, at least I get done. I pay my rental, I pay her school fee, blah, blah, all that. But then I ask myself then, what does it mean that artists or now like in all the immigration card you need to fill in your job, a drama teacher, a performer, you know, a mother. Yeah, so I mean this is not something I have answer or what. But then when this project come, then the producer and the core team talk about this money. We use the term patronage, yeah, and for all, not audience but participants. Like the idea is that not just us decide how to use this money, or not just about like I support. I don't know. I don't really. I still finding how I put myself to look at these things. Like if I teach, sometimes I will say yes, I need to get the pay. On one hand, this is my job, my professional. Yeah, but and then on the other hand, I say I really want to do it. Just do it. Yeah. So it's a bit struggle for me also. I know. Yeah. Then I will ask this word charity. How people usually, how we look at these things, like how we create a project, we need to ask for funding, then we need to say, oh, it's not a big money, just a small amount to support the artist. This kind of conversation happening up over all these 20 years, still the same. So, and I can foresee my rest of my life probably will doing this. I don't know, I don't have any other skill. No, except I get a wealthy man. That is another. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, really, something when I'm putting.
I'm not sure which one is harder.
Thank you.
Just for me.
Yeah. Which one is harder? Polish my skill. Yeah. So I have just something today that resonated with me. So like this project, we say, oh, this is a good thing that is a process and all the. We're trying to do something rare. Yeah, it may be all the urban city, the metropolitan city will be like that. In Europe, I don't know Europe, some now.
Pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Actually, art funding in Hong Kong is not
bad. Yeah.
compared to many
That's
countries.
true. Like Taiwan, a lot of Taiwan artists is like my friend said that she has to go to take a full-time teaching job because she can't even pay her national insurance. That's a basic. And yeah, so when you mention about I want to buy time, I want to really just be there to do something to pace myself down to do. Yeah, that also come up with my research. Like I traveling, but I still my mind here, the headache is here, and on the bus. So these things, I mean, if that is certain stage in my life, that reminds me. But I will hope this one.
I think we can, even for the participants, we can continue to think about, so today I put in this amount of money, what am I expecting? Or you may leave and say, oh shit, why do I give them the money? It's really not worth it, right? And I think this is something for us to reflect on. There's nothing solid or there's not one answer. So if we don't have any specific plans for now, we'll keep this $1,084 in the
Who
pool.
knows? Maybe end of the
Yes.
last. I mean, after 2 years, all this money. I don't know.
Or maybe.
Create another funding after 2 years.
Hey, I
Yeah. And maybe through next week, some of us may have some idea then about the money.
Fun.
Yeah, so we will officially close today's sharing, but if you want to continue to discuss, welcome to stay on. The next, the final sharing of this group will be on the 19th. That will be 4 hours, from 6 to 10 p.m. So please come, if you cannot come at 6, please come later. And also, we have a project website, and there is one session called Public Square Gongman Forum. We really encourage you to go there and like what you said is really good. So please put it there because the funding people will see it, and so that really helps our funding.
原來係咁啊！
我唔知咁樣，梗係唔係就係咁啦，咁但係呢個有其中一個作用嘅。 this is a process. This is not, it doesn't stop.
Not betul tu mereka.
So thank you everyone.
Betul tu mereka. Thank you.